Hey guys, it's Coffee. Welcome back to Asagao Academy. So, in the last one, we ended up sitting at the normal boots table at lunch, and we got paired up with PBG for a class project. So, in this one, we'll continue talking to PBG, but first, we have another journal entry, actually. So, here we go. Dear Diary, after what happened last night, I don't even want to think about what'll happen today. I'm trying to stay positive, but I'm assuming that's about the ice cream incident, which happened last time. So I'm gonna close that. Alright, well, let's continue. I left the classroom, thinking to wait for Mai, but instead PBG trailed me into the hallway. He cleared his throat, and I turned to face him. I tilted my head back in an uncomfortable degree. He was tall, but he was scratching his neck, avoiding eye contact. So, I know you said you were fine at lunch, but are you sure you're okay? I mean, you were really freaked out yesterday, so... Heat crept its way into my face. No, I'm alright. As long as you're fine. If you need help with anything, you can rely on me, though. Especially since... The uncertain look crossed his face again. Well, never mind. Are you heading back to the dorms? Yes. Nice, me too. We can go together. He pumped his fist into the air. I glanced into the classroom. Mai was still talking to Mimi, looking like she was about to rip the girl's head off. She wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Sure, let's go. But as we turned to leave the hall, we were interrupted by someone wearing a yellow and gray jacket. The rival club's jacket. My heart stopped. Standing before us was a tall man with cheekbones like no tomorrow. I didn't recognize him from our class, which must mean he was one of the other Hidden Block members. I didn't know whether I should scoff at him or ignore him, but before I could do anything, PBG held out his hand for a high five.
Hey.
Hey, Jeff. Jeff returned the gesture, and the two locked into a conversation.
Hey, what's up?
PBG, you pumped about the soccer match?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for this day all summer.
Right on.
Are you busy? I'm trying to get the team together right now for a last-minute practice. You in? I'm so in. I have nothing else to do for the rest of the day. Are my cleats still in your locker? Yep. Awesome, let's go then. Jeff briefly looked at me and pointed. PBG turned around, surprised I was still waiting.
Hana.
Sorry, I gotta go. See you in class tomorrow. I'll make sure to bring my thinking cap. He put on an invisible hat, then gave me a thumbs up. Oh, wait. Do you want to come to our game? It's in a few weeks, and the first one of the year, so it would be cool if you came to watch. Mostly me, because I'm the star player. Wow, thanks. Oh, a choice, okay. I don't know, I feel like this would be kind of a mean thing to say, or at least kind of dickish. Because, like, he's our friend. I think we should support him, so I'm gonna say of course.
Yeah.
That sounds really fun. I'd love to come. Thanks, that really means a lot to me. Usually the first game doesn't conjure a big crowd. Can I bring Mai? She might have planned on going anyways, but she was always including me in things, so I want to do the same for her.
Yeah.
Totally. Bring as many people as you want, fill up the stands. He left with Jeff, and I headed back to the dorms. Mai usually walked with me. It felt weird to be alone, and suddenly I realized it would be even weirder to be in the dorm alone. Not knowing what else to do, I headed for the library. Might as well get started on some homework. I stayed in the library much longer than I anticipated, head low over a small sheet of project ideas and a thick book. Every time I thought about leaving, panic seized me. The truth was, I still didn't know my way around the academy. Mai had been there to guide me, and I was more focused on the people around me than the places. As students trickled past, laughing and heading off to no doubt have tons of fun, I fiddled with my pencil. I would have to leave eventually, though. Hesitantly, I closed my notebook instead.
Hey, Hana!
How are you? I whirled around. Jirard was walking past me, a thick book in one hand.
Jirard.
Hi, I'm good, thank you. I laughed weakly, and I found myself wringing my hands together. Yeah? He clearly didn't believe a word I was saying. I sighed. I'm a bit scared to leave. I know that sounds pathetic, but I don't really know my way around here, so... Yeah, you look a little bit like a lost otter. I mean, this is relatable. This is like basically me my first semester of college, so kinda get it. A lost otter? But hey, I haven't really gotten a chance to talk to you until now. I've been wanting to ask if you're settling in alright. I know that transfer students don't really get introduced to the school the same way freshmen do. Are your classes okay? How's your homework load? Do you like the food? Getting along with Mai? I stuttered, unsure of which question to answer first. Everything's fine. Mai's great. Yeah, she showed me around the campus recently. It was very nice of her, but she wasn't very thorough. A grin slowly spread across Jirard's face, as if he was unwrapping a present. I can show you around if you like. I used to give tours to incoming students. If you're new, you really should get a tour. I mean, why not? We haven't actually gotten to spend a lot of time with Jirard anyway, so I'm gonna say yes. Yeah. Jirard's eyes lit up at the mere mention of a tour. I felt bad turning him down.
All right!
Great. We can start at the boys' dorm. I need to put my books away. He laughed and headed out of the library. I fell into step alongside him. Has anyone told you we don't get many transfers? It's been implied. I always wonder what new students think of everything right when they get here. I wish I could experience everything here for the first time again. Was your old school anything like this? Not at all. It feels more like a college campus because of the dormitories. My old high school was just a big brick building. Jirard nodded. I thought he wanted to say more, but there we were, in front of the boys' dorm. He pulled open the door for me, and once inside, he held open his hands.
Oh yeah!
This is Bluebell House. It's where the boys live. It's literally a carbon copy of the girls' dorm, except that the walls are blue. Feel free to walk around, but probably don't go into any rooms. I'm gonna go drop this off. I'll be right back. He raced off into the stairwell, then took them two at a time. I got the feeling he was rushing so as to not make me wait longer than I had to, and I smiled. It made me feel cared for. There wasn't much to look at or do while I was waiting, though. I stepped to the side so as to not block the door and stretched out my neck, listening to the sounds of an action movie from a room nearby. Maybe I should wait outside? I headed for the dormitory door, but when I reached to pull it open, a door swung open by itself, and two yellow-jacketed men stepped into the hall. I stared up at them in shock, and they looked at me the same way.
Ah!
Whoa, pink hair? That's unique. The one on the right instantly called out my hair in a thick British accent. The other, probably the youngest student I met so far, scanned me up and down. You're the girl who sat at the dorm boots table today, aren't you? You could tell? Was my presence already so known, just from sitting at their table? I wasn't sure whether to be pleased or upset, but the men in front of me were busy talking amongst themselves. I never thought they'd entertain having a girl join them. Do you think it's because of the puzzle incident? Shane would never be comfortable with someone joining up like that, though they hardly know her. There must be reasons she sat with him, though. If they're planning a secret weapon, we should get back at them. Excuse me! I shouted into the middle of them, shocking even myself. I wasn't usually so loud or forward, but The way those two were bickering gave me the impression that if I didn't stop them, they'd keep going on forever. I'm right here. You can just ask me something if you're confused.
Hey!
You're right, so are you joining the Normal Boots Club? Then, or...
What?
Joining? Joining the Normal Boots Club never even crossed my mind as a possibility. All I was thinking about was getting good with them, getting on their good side so that hopefully people wouldn't mess with me. Actually joining the club? Was that even possible? And weren't they gamers or something? I had almost no experience with video games. There was no way I'd be able to join. Seeing my crestfallen face, the young member backtracked. Sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. We're members of the Hidden Block Club, and the Normal Boots Club is our rival in tournaments, so we were just wondering...
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful person.
I'm Kadikarus, and this is Jimmy Wetzel. You can call me Caddy for short, though. Everyone does. Everyone. Jimmy cast a knowing glance at Caddy's direction, and Caddy grimaced. Almost everyone. Beautiful? Thank you. Don't mind him, he tells everybody that. Oh. Because everybody is a beautiful person. Ouch.
Hey, guys!
Jirard skidded around the corner, panting as if he ran the entire way. In fact, I didn't doubt that he had. I see you met Hana. She's a new friend of ours, so be nice to her, alright?
What?
Would we ever be anything but nice?
Yeah, whatever.
Last year's tournament would beg to differ. That was one time, and that was only because Shane ate my pizza. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Later, guys!
Anyways, I don't want to keep you. I was giving Hana a tour of the campus since she's new here. Well, it was nice meeting you. I hope we'll see you around more.
Bye.
It was nice meeting you. Jirard waved the pair off as they climbed the staircase, then held the door open for me again. And we're off again. That's Azalea Art Center. There's a recording booth and lots of spare rooms for clubs to meet in. The theater is right next to it. It's where John holds the drama club and all its rehearsals. I think the student council elections are held there, and Jirard has a special event at least once a semester. Last year, it was a martial arts exhibition, and Jirard did kendo against other practitioners in the school. He shook his head in awe.
See what I mean?
He's truly talented. Really, all of my friends are. I think I'm really lucky to have people like that around me. Oh, that's so sweet.
Jirard.
Huh?
Yeah? I'm sorry, did you have a question? No, that's alright. Great. Over there you can see Higginbottom peeking out in the distance. There's a field separating us, and people like to eat there. Jirard seemed a cheerful, grateful, down-to-earth kind of person. He really was going out of his way to help me out and be kind to me, and didn't even seem to realize what a big deal that was. I giggled. Something told me I shouldn't point it out. Despite that, I was truly thankful. He took me to the places Mai did and more, describing everything in several past events in excruciating detail. It was a little much for a friendly tour, but having the names and locations of the buildings burned into my mind was a good thing. We ended the tour back in Poppy Hall after what seemed like hours of walking. Jirard was keen on finishing off the tour with the best place on campus. Ta-da! Here it is, the Normal Boots Club room. He pushed the door open and pointed inside. It looked like a regular room, filled with desks and some kind of toys. It's not much, but it's home to some of my happiest memories. He shut the door again and dusted his hands. There's a little closet here people used to store things too. He reached to turn the handle, but paused and then retracted his hand. Was that a shutter I saw? Just a little tip. Knock before you open the door to any closet on campus.
Really?
Why? Oh, you know, ghosts, I guess. That was strange advice, delivered strangely. Jirard was uncomfortable. I wasn't sure what to make of it. He knocked and, for a few seconds later, opened the door. Someone was in that closet. I was not expecting someone in that closet. Why was someone in the closet?
Hey,
Yeah, hi. What? Jirard waved to the person, then closed the door, turning back to me. Who? Sorry if he scared you.
What?
Anyways, that's it for the tour. How was it? He beamed. I hesitated, but seeing his eye twitch slightly, thought better than to bring it back up. It was awesome. Thank you so much. I learned a lot, about the school and about you and your friends. It really made me feel included. Okay, so I guess we're just not going to talk about what just happened. That's cool. No problem, not at all. I like helping out. I wish I had someone to show me around when I first got here.
Huh.
You have no idea how long it took me to find all the secret tunnels and make a complete map of campus. Secret tunnels?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh man, I've got to show you. Jirard glanced at the clock hanging in the wall and winced.
Oh.
Darn, I gotta get going. I have homework to do, but if you ever need more help, I'm here for you. He got out a notebook and scribbled something down. Then he ripped it out and gave it to me. Here. My phone number, dorm number, address, parents' phone number, email, spacebook, and blooper information. Don't hesitate to ask me for anything.
See you later.
It was really great spending time with you. Just like that, he was gone. I put the paper in my bag, chuckling softly to myself, then paused. I had to check. We were in front of the supply closet the whole time, and I'd fought the urge to open the door after Jirard closed it. Now I was going to see who was in there. Darkness. The light was off this time. I slid my hand across the wall, looking for the switch, and flipped it. There was no one in the closet. I froze, still as the paints and construction paper that lined the walls. He wasn't in there, and this was the only exit. I closed the door, blinked hard, and walked straight back to my dorm room. Forget about it. Just forget about it. Ignoring that last incident, Jirard truly went out of his way to show that he was thinking about me. In fact, I got the impression that he was this way for everyone, maybe even everything. He was thorough. Very thorough. And when he wanted to help you, he did everything in his power to do so. Maybe it hadn't meant much to him, but it meant a lot to me. I returned to my dorm and crawled into bed with a smile on my face, ready to take on the next day. This time, I knew I wouldn't get lost. Mai and I arrived at Poppy Hall the next morning, and it immediately became clear. Something changed. Posters drenched in nausea-induced neon colors were plastered on the lockers. Several students gathered to take a look. Oh my gosh. We walked over to one of the walls to get a better look. Is that Jirard? When Mai didn't respond, I turned to look at her. The expression on her face told me that her mind wandered somewhere that would have made a call girl blush. Mai, you're drooling. That seemed to jolt her out of her fantasy. She lifted a sleeve to wipe away the dribble on her chin. I am not. What are these posters for? Well, last year, Jirard put on a fashion show. It looks like he's doing it again this year. I didn't know Jirard was into fashion. Mai shrugged. He's not. What? I waited for some type of clarification.
He's so cute.
One time in biology, I saw him take off his sweater and his shirt got kind of stuck to it and pull it up, and I swear he had like 20 abs. I waited in vain.
Good morning.
Hello, ladies. Oh no. Back again with the smooth-ass music. Yes, okay. Mai and I whipped around. There stood Jirard in all his glittering, magnificent glory. Mai's face turned a blushing pink. The most beautiful guy in school. I see you're admiring my totally sweet posters. Yeah. They're really something, Jirard. I like your abs. Oh no, Mai. Oh no. Oh. With sudden, soul-crushing realization of what she just said, her expression twisted into a mixture of horror and disgust. Poor thing. Oh. Jirard was unfazed.
Hana?
Thanks, but Hana, it was actually you I wanted to speak to. Oh. Why would he want to talk to me? Oh, yeah, okay. What's up? Jirard looked expectantly at Mai. She didn't move. Realizing she was in trouble, I nudged her with my elbow as subtly as I could.
Hey!
Mai, would you get me a soda? I'm really thirsty. Without a word, Mai scuttled away. Jirard turned to me, a cool glint in his eye. He seemed used to the effect he had on women.
Well,
I wanted to talk to you about the fashion show, actually. You're new here and all, so you probably don't know, but every year I like to put on a little fashion show to showcase my modeling skills.
What?
Wait, what? You know, just to make sure people don't forget what I'm capable of. He reached into his pocket, pulled out a stack of glossy photos, and thrust them into my hands. I stared down at them in awe. What? I flipped through them, starting to notice a pattern. As you can tell, my beauty is something that simply can't go to waste. I like to hold a fashion show here at Asagao Academy to ensure everyone gets their yearly dose of pro Jirard. I flipped to the last photo. Heat shot up my neck and into my ears. Surely this was some kind of show. I shoved the stack of photos back at him, wiping my sweaty palms against my skirt. What does this have to do with me? That might have been a touch rude. Jirard, as smooth as ever, simply smiled.
you're perfect.
I think you have potential, Hana. He suddenly leaned in close to me. So close, in fact, I could smell his cologne. A musky, sweet aroma of earthy scents and... ham? Potential for what exactly? Jirard shifted. His mouth so close to my ear I could feel its heat. For greatness. He reached into his shirt pocket and retrieved a small slip of paper. With quivering hands, I accepted it.
All right.
My card. My number's on the bottom. If you're interested, I can teach you a thing or two about modeling. Great. I stared down at the card in my hand, feeling that if I looked away, it would disappear. By the time I gathered the courage to face him again, Jirard was gone. Feeling quite dizzy, I headed for class, the business card strangled to death in my white-knuckled hand. By the time I got through the milling students and into the classroom, Mai was sitting at her desk, face down and completely still. I took my seat and twisted around to poke the dejected Mai-shaped heap. She didn't budge.
Hey!
Mai.
Mm,
I heard a muffled groan of despair.
I can't believe this.
I'm such a social disaster. No, you're not. I tried to sound comforting, but I was never good at this sort of thing. Mai finally lifted her head from her desk. What's that? Oh. She motioned to the business card that was in my hand. I set it in front of her. Mai appraised it for a long time with blank face, as if I set a rare artifact in front of her that she didn't actually believe was real. Then her eyebrows pulled together. He gave you his number?
Well,
Well, yeah, sort of. I mean, not really. He said I should call him if I want him to teach me how to model like him. It was embarrassing to even say the words. To say, and the words felt awkward in my mouth. The moment I said them out loud, I wished I could grab them back and swallow them. I expected Mai to give me a once-over before making an off-the-cuff comment about how I wasn't nearly pretty enough to be a model. I don't think she'd ever say that to us, though. But she didn't.
yeah!
He, totally wants to get with you. Her tone was so matter-of-fact, I gaped.
What?
What? No, he doesn't. Why would you ever say that?
Bingo.
Okay, Hana, I've taken enough sex ed classes to know when a guy fully wants you, and Jirard, fully wants you. Alright then. Mortified, I snatched the business card back off her desk and shoved it into my jacket pocket, turning away. My cheeks felt like they were on fire. By now, the classroom was filled with students. They chattered amongst themselves, but the white noise of their conversations wasn't loud enough to drown Mai out. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see John and PBG seated at their desks at the back of the classroom. I'm talking serious grabby hands in the back of his dad's Camaro here. You're going to make babies with pro Jirard, Hana. Little, glittering, Jirard babies. No, I'm not. You're totally crazy. I don't know what you're talking about. Miss Shizuka, like some kind of angel, cleared her throat at the front of the class. I exhaled gratefully and sunk down into my seat. When class finally ended, Mai and I headed for the cafeteria, the incident forgotten in a hurried attempt to explain Miss Shizuka's scandalous last relationship.
What a jerk!
Seriously, he spent all this time trying to choose between her and some dead chick who only liked him because he looked like her ex-boyfriend. I mean, who does that? We got our food and hesitated in the middle of the room, looking at the normal booths table. Neither of us wanted to go up and demand a seat, especially after wiggling our way in the day before. What if they changed their minds? But Satch, noticing us standing like watch lambs in the middle of the room, waved us over.
Hey, girl.
Hey girl, how's class? Oh, normal? Satch nodded and turned away, having been in the middle of talking to Josh. That was awkward. Despite how familiarly he treated me, I still didn't know how to talk to him. Or any of them. I looked across the table and locked eyes with PBG, who stared at me like I was a baby German Shepherd. You...
Alright!
Cookies!
What?
Oh, sick!
You brought cookies! You're the best, Jirard. Isn't he? Paul sprang out of his chair and practically tackled Jirard.
Ah,
Whoa, calm down. There's more than enough cookies to go round. Jirard started passing the cookies around the table, but paused. You're back again? He looked at Mai and me. I tried to ignore the disappointment on his face.
well...
Well, here. He handed us each a cookie, then headed back across the cafeteria. I stared at the small chocolate chips melting in the warm cookie. Did he not want us here? But he was so nice yesterday. I didn't even want to eat the cookie. Not if he was going to be as two-faced as that. Hey. Watch where you're walking next time. A sheepish Jirard stood next to a short, skinny boy who was holding his tray above his head. I'm sorry, I'll be more careful. Oh, you're from Normal Boots. Wait, you're the guy who still plays with itty-bitty kitties, aren't you? The boy sneered. How the hell did you manage to get in with a group like that?
Huh?
They're my friends. Playing with those stupid dolls. You're an embarrassment. The kid's friends were hitting his shoulders, looking from Jirard to our table with panicked eyes.
I like what I like.
I think they're fun. Whatever. The kid was led off by his friends. Jirard came back and sat down at the table. That was weird. Jirard sat down and began happily munching on his cookie, looking for all the world like he didn't even care about what just happened. I scanned the cafeteria for the boy who heckled him and found him sitting alone at a table, head in his hands. His friends left him behind. What was that about? Oh, that? I used to get it all the time. I collect itty bitty kitty figurines. You know, that kid's show with the 5 kittens who live in Kitten Town? They were originally supposed to have magic powers, but whatever. I collect their figurines. They're so cute. I've almost got them all. I'm only missing Princess Pumpernickel. She's the rarest. But why was that guy making fun of you? Doesn't it bother you? I was afraid of bringing up bad feelings, but Jirard just shook his head. It looks kind of weird, right? A teenage boy collecting toys meant for little girls.
Uh-huh.
But I like them, so I don't let it bother me. Sorry I didn't bring enough cookies for the first time, Hana. I forgot that you were joining us again, but I'm glad you're here. Oh. I bit my lip. See, Hana, he was being nice this whole time, and here you were jumping to conclusions. Hey, your cookie will get cold if you don't eat it. I unwrapped the cookie. Scents of chocolate and cinnamon hit me. I broke off a piece and popped it into my mouth. Jirard whispered something into Nick's ear, who started laughing so hard milk came out of his nose. Was he really okay with people making fun of him? I couldn't believe it. I didn't believe it. At my old school, people made fun of me every day. It was hell. There was no way he could just brush it off like that. Not when I tried so hard to do the same. But as I finished the cookie and started on my ramen, and Jirard continued to laugh with the rest of the Normal Moods Club, I wondered whether it was as impossible as I always thought.
Hana?
Hana, can you pass me some pepper? I got it. Here, Jared. Thanks. What's your name again? Oh, poor Mai. It's Mai.
Nice.
Thanks, Mai. Ugh.
Hana!
Well, Hana, ready to head back? Huh? Oh, yeah. Did Mai look sad? Or did I imagine it? Oh. We threw our trays on the racks and headed out of the cafeteria. As we waved to Normal Boots and Jirard cheerily waved back, a sudden pang hit my stomach. Was it guilt? Alright, so I think I'm gonna call it here. I'm really glad we got to spend some time with Jirard because I really like him. He's one of my favorites so far, but I still don't know who I'm going to pick to really pursue. But yeah, I'll find out eventually. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.